You said that the school funding solution would basically run parallel and complement the governor's effort and wouldn't be done until 2013. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, yes, I will. The question, to repeat it, is this comment I made about our process running parallel with the governor's and extending into 2013. How does that relate to those two? Well, we don't know what our process is going to produce. We don't know what the governor's process is going to produce. But one thing, we know a couple of things. One of those things is that we need enough process to bring the parties and get them involved in appropriate ways. That needs to include legislative process. So that's what we're going to focus on. At some point later, I will expect that the administration will come forward with specific recommendations. But by the time we get to that, it's my hope that we will also have a knowledge base and concepts in the legislature that will allow us to receive and refine, if necessary, that recommendation. And I don't think it would be realistic to expect us to run through that process and get it done in the time frame that we have available to us in this year. So I would expect that it will reach its final stages towards implementation and specificity in the next session, early in the next session.
Representative, there are going to be people who hear school funding reform and more public hearings, and their eyes are going to glaze over. How are these going to be any different than public hearings you've had in the past on school funding reform?
Well, you've just raised an appropriately cynical question. I can remember back in the early 80s when I came down here, the hot topic was, can we say, school funding? So yes, that underscores not only the potential for some cynicism, but also that it's a high-risk project that we're embarking on. However, we don't really have any choice. The state has been operating under essentially temporary funding for three school years, and we're getting ready to go into the fourth. So we can't continue to operate that way. And quite frankly, we're going to go back and take some time to look at, what are the best practices that have been existing in the past. We're not going to junk everything. We'll even mine the evidence-based model to look for things that might be useful to us as we think about how we want to go forward. So this will be an even-handed process. And yeah, there will be those that say, you're just going at it one more time and it's going to, crash and burn. Well, we'll see.